Welcome, welcome to Yoga for Your Health and Joy. Today's show is going to be yoga for stress relief. So, how many of you have too many things to do, too many things on your plate, demands, feeling stressed? A lot of us. Thank goodness we have yoga to the rescue. My name's Patricia Becker, and I'm going to guide you through a half an hour show here. So please make time for yourself and give yourself some TLC, some loving care, as we move through a nice releasing of tension and anxiety and start to calm the mind, calm the spirit, calm the body, calm the nervous system. So we're going to begin by closing our eyes and quieting our mind. Quiet. So go ahead, please close your eyes. And draw your awareness in to the flow of your breath. Focus only on your breath. And when your mind wanders, gently bring it back to your inhales and your exhales. And take a couple of slower, deeper inhalations and exhalations. Soften your jaw, soften your forehead, soften your eyes deep in the sockets. And I'd like you to begin by bringing your awareness to something that you're appreciating, someone, something that you have appreciation for. And breathe into that place of gratitude. Let it fill up your heart, your chest. Make your inner body bright and full with appreciation. And see if you can keep it full even on your exhales. And breathe into that appreciation. Let it fill the cells of your body. Let it calm the cells of your body. Now let's seal in that attitude of gratitude by bringing our hands together in front of our hearts. Anjali Mudra. And slowly you can lower your hands to your thighs and open your eyes. And we're going to begin by releasing some energy and tension that could be hanging on in your neck by rolling your shoulders forward, up to your ears, way back and down. The slower you go, the more you feel. And try to just focus exactly on what you're doing. By focusing the mind, it'll help release and relax it as well. When our mind is jutting around from thought to thought, things to do, the checklist, it's hard to calm it. But so just focus on your shoulders, releasing and relaxing. And then let your shoulders fall down away from your ears. Make the back of your neck nice and long. Feel the energy lifting up from your sit bones all the way up to the top of your head. Now we're going to do shoulder rolls the opposite way. Roll your shoulders forward, up to your ears, and then back. The opposite way. And we're going to go through some of these moves, these yoga moves, a little bit quicker than you might want to do on your own later on in the day or later on next week or tomorrow. Just giving you some things. Find a few that feel especially good to you that you can perhaps do on a regular basis. Now again, let your shoulders fall away from your ears. Make your neck nice and long. The neck does a lot of work. There's a lot of stuff that can hang on here, so we're going to release it. Please take your earlobe towards your shoulder, and the shoulder that it's leaning away from, take it down to. Gently. And feel the relaxation and the letting go on your exhale. Letting it go, releasing and relaxing these muscles. Come on up. And we'll go to the other side, earlobe towards your shoulder. Feel the release on the exhale. And come on up. I'm going to stretch our arm up into the sky. And then place your hand on the side of your head. Take this earlobe towards your shoulder again. Now you can take this stretch a little bit deeper by having your hand on your head. Press your hand into your head and your head back up into your hand. And then let it relax on the exhale. Our bodies relax on the exhale. And slowly come back up. And we'll stretch the other arm up to the sky. Stretch long, and then on the side of your head, press your head into your hand back into your head gently. It's a bit more of a dynamic stretch. Make it a sweet stretch, not too much, not too little. Just right. And come on up. Release. Now we're going to tuck our chin right in towards our chest. Tuck it way in. And you'll feel a nice stretch down the back of your neck, even in your upper cervical spine, in your thoracic spine perhaps. And now we'll take our neck and our head the opposite way. Stretch it way up. Look up. Tuck your chin up to the ceiling. Get a nice stretch for your neck here. And we'll do it one more time. Tuck your chin in. And lift your chin up to the sky. Shove your shoulders back and down. And we'll come up to center. Now we're going to do child's pose, which is such a relaxing, calming pose. So we're going to turn. Take your big toes together. Take your knees apart. Take your hands out in front. Spread your fingers. And you can take your sit bones back toward your hips. Press your hips toward your heels. And you can come up on your fingertips to press your hips back even further. And you can rest your forehead on your mat. And then once you feel like you've got a nice sweet spot, you can set your forearms down. Now, if for some reason you can't do this, maybe your thighs are tight, your knees are tight, or just something's going on in your body where that's not accessible, welcome to the club. Many people are like that. We'll do puppy dog pose. So we'll stretch out like this. Stretch your spine long, slow, deep breaths. And if you can rest your forehead down on your mat. And then come on up. We're going to do a pose that's called dolphin dog. We're going to skip downward facing dog today. We do so many downward facing dogs in our yoga poses. So we're going to come to our forearms and we're going to interlace our hands. Bring your shoulders right up over your elbows and we're going to press down into our forearms. Tuck your toes and you're going to lift your knees up. And then if you can, walk in as much as you can, and lift the back of your head up. This is a very energizing pose as well as calming. Some of these yoga poses can do both. Some of them are just really energizing and some of them are just calming. And come on down. Take your knees apart, big toes together, and you can let your belly fall in between for child's pose, or if you'd like, puppy dog variation. Stretch out. You get the same benefit. I want you to remember, yoga is about what it feels like, not what it looks like. It's supposed to feel really good. So we're going to do it again. Please interlace your hands the opposite way. Bring your shoulders right up over your elbows. Tuck your toes. And when you lift the back of your head up, you engage your upper thoracic. If you let your head hang, you can experiment. You don't feel much in your upper thoracic. So there's no right or wrong. It's just what you're trying to accomplish in the pose in that time. So for now, we're going to lift the back of our head up, shrug your shoulders away from your ears, and lift your knees up. Walk in, dolphin dog again. You can stay right here if you'd like to explore. You can lift one leg up in the sky. And then you lift the other leg up. Take the first one down, unless you have supernatural powers. And lower it down. Knees down, apart, big toes together. Stretch. Extended child's pose. Press your hips back. Stretch your spine long. And we're going to come on up. And we're going to take a nice forward fold. So walk your feet up to your hands. You don't have to touch the floor here. Just hold on to your elbows. If you'd like, you can bend your knees and just hang. Let your heart and head hang. Let go. Release, relax. You can even shake it out. Shake your head. Just please stay connected to your body and your breath. It's the biggest gift of yoga. That's what it means, connecting. If you'd like, you can straighten your legs. And then go ahead, cross your elbows the opposite way. Lift your belly button up towards your spine and melt your heart and head closer to the earth. And slowly release. Please bring your hands to your hips. Draw your shoulders on your back. Press down in your legs and come on up. And we're going to do eagle pose, Garandasana. We're going to squeeze ourselves together. It takes a lot of focus and concentration, which will help, again, release and let go of your mind of all the other thoughts and just focus on this beautiful eagle pose. It's a balancing pose. So we're going to bend both knees, pick up one leg, wrap it around once or twice. Now, if you're just new to this pose or getting used to it or balancing, you can set your foot down here and do it like that. And wherever you are, please squeeze your inner thighs together, squeeze your outer hips together. Whoopsie. And then we're going to stretch our arms out. So we have our legs wrapped up, and we're going to wrap up our arms too. Lift your elbows up, shoulders back. Squeezing everything together. And then slowly unwind and then wrap. And if you watched the show about hands and feet, you want to make sure you're rooting down through the four corners of your standing foot. Bend both knees. Wrap your leg around once or twice. Stretch your arms out. Open your heart, open your chest. And then wrap your arms up the opposite way. Lift your elbows up, draw your shoulders back. See if you can sit a little lower. Keep squeezing yourself together side to side. And unwrap your arms and unwrap your legs. Now we're going to do quite a few poses lying down. So I'm going to get this chair over here and show you what you can do. Certainly you have a chair in your house. You can put it right by your mat. This pose is called Viparini Karani. It's also called legs up the wall, or in this case we're putting legs up the chair. So if you have a wall, you can put your legs up the wall. So we're going to sit down. And you get your tush, your buttocks, right close to the wall or close to the chair. And then you just swing around like this and put your feet on the chair. And then you lay down. And the bottom tips of your shoulder blades, you curl them up so your shoulders can relax down, and you turn your palms up in a gesture of just receiving the cosmic energy of light and love and all the peace from the cosmos, the stars. You know, there's a lot of stars up there all the time in the galaxies. If you're at a wall, you would have your feet straight up like this. Just relaxing. This is a restorative pose. So there's nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just let your body take in this blood flow, this reverse blood flow that's charging and relaxing. This is also a very good pose to do if you have trouble sleeping at night. Do this pose before you go to bed. This is natural anti-aging pose. The list of benefits from this pose go on and on. You can build up to this pose and do it for 5 minutes or even maybe 10 minutes. One more thing about this pose is if you're doing the pose at the wall, or maybe even at the chair here, if your hamstrings are tight, you want to scoot yourself away from the wall because, like I said, it's restorative. It's meant to be relaxing. So if your hamstrings are tight, you just scoot yourself away from the wall. If they're way open, you can get your butt right up by the wall. We're going to come out of it now so I can show you another one. So we always move nice and slow. We'll turn to the side and come on up. Just leave the chair there for the time being. And we're going to come on back, scooch back, and lay down again for bridge pose, Setu Bandha. Press down through the four corners of your feet, root your shoulders down, and we'll start like this in all that jazz. Press your feet down, press your shoulders down. Make sure you have a nice curve in your neck, and bottoms up. Lift your sit bones up to the sky. You can stay right here like this, or if you feel like you have extra mobility or you've done it before, you can roll one shoulder under and then lift up the other shoulder and get the hand underneath. Interlace your hands behind. Press your arms down and curl your shoulder blades up behind your heart. Now this pose has a whole list of benefits too for being a de-stressor, good for people with headaches, helps heal headaches, migraines, backaches, so many things. I just love this pose. I just love it, love it, love it. Actually, I just love, love, love yoga, if the truth be known. Okay, so I'm sharing with you some of my favorite poses. Let's do that one pose again. I'll show you another variation for some of the more experienced yogis tuning in. We're going to just press our feet down, lift our sit bones up. You can get a hold of your ankles if you'd like. That helps you open up your chest more. When we open this up, it helps us feel better, because so many times our shoulders are the opposite way, rounding from stress, and we're not aware of how we're holding our body. It's usually rounding because we're driving or we're cooking or we're on our computer or something, rounding our shoulders. So this takes it the opposite way. It makes it feel really good. You can put your hands underneath your hips if you'd like. You can also put a block down to make this restorative. You can put a block under your sacrum. And just for the little fun of it, it's good to have fun. We're going to pick up one leg and press that heel, the foot up to the ceiling. And we'll bring it down before we take the other up. Press it up. And then we'll lower it down. Lift up the hips to take your arms out. And then let's stretch our legs long. And stretch your arms overhead. Imagine someone's pulling at your ankles lovingly, and someone's pulling at your wrists, stretching you so long. And it's decompressing your whole body. Your body feels freer with the oxygen flowing, the blood flowing. And come on down. Now here's a pose that I do every day, every single day, maybe more than once, always before I go to sleep at night. So I have one leg straight, I pick up the other, roll it over, and take my knee to the bed or the floor, place my hand here, and you stretch your shoulder the opposite way, look the opposite way, and this energetically, your right hip comes away from you and just decompresses your whole spine. Slow, deep breaths. Inhale, come up. And pick up the other leg, roll your hip over, take the knee off to the other side, stretch your shoulder the opposite way, and look the opposite way. And if you're like me, you might feel some cracking, decompressing. And it comes up. And I want to sit up and share with you a very powerful breath before we do Shavasana. So many of you heard of Dr. Andrew Weil. He's written a lot of books on alternative medicine, alternative healing. I went and saw him many, many years ago. And the most important thing I learned from him was this breath work. And I also learned from him, he said, he traveled all over the world to every continent on this sweet planet Earth. studying alternative healing methods. What is the best healing modalities? The very most powerful healing modality is our breath. Our breath, free, accessible 24/7 to calm us down. So this breath and work I'm going to share with you is very calming, also very good if you're trying to fall asleep at night, if your mind is buzzing around. This breath work I'm going to share will definitely help. So here it is. You're going to take a deep inhale through your nose to the count of 4. And then you hold it to the count of 7. And then you exhale slowly out your mouth to the count of 8. That count again is inhale through your nose 4. And hold for 7. And exhale through your mouth to the count of 8. And you can go ahead and practice, lay down and take a shavasana on your own. So many poses, we ran out of time, but I hope you feel lots better and have some tools to use as you're de-stressing.